Welcome to a brand new episode of Power Chat. On Power Chat, we talk about everything that's got to do with leadership, enterprise, business, whether small, medium, or large enterprises, how to get your voice heard and get the solutions working. Welcome to this week's episode of Power Chat right here on Democracy Radio 104.9 FM, Abuja, Nigeria. My name is Uju Unwachuku, Her Vocal Majesty. And in celebration of Children's Day, we have a very peculiar teen. Are you a teen yet? Yes. We have a very peculiar teenager in the studio with us this wonderful day who is doing something beyond just reading for her own self. She's also looking out for other children like her who are underprivileged and who do not have as much access to books as she does. Let me introduce you to Nina O'Martins. Nina is a founder of Nina's Book Drive. Welcome to Power Chat, Nina.
Thank you, Auntie.
She's not shy in real life. Okay, so all right, so Nina, talk to us about the Nina's Book Drive. I mean, you're a kid yourself. Why are you doing anything about a book drive?
Because the way the economy is, not everybody has that privilege to be able to buy books for themselves, to read and pass their exams.
Right.
So when I see that, I feel bad. So I said, okay, since I'm privileged, let me help other people to be to also have that opportunity I have, so that they can make a difference in the society when they grow up.
Wait, how did the idea pop into your head? Did you hear someone talk about it? Did you read something? Did you watch something? How did it start?
Okay, there were two inspirations. The first one was when I had my inter-school competition on World Book Day. We were trying to celebrate the whole day, the World Book Day. So we were asked as students to create a storyboard on our favorite book,
Okay.
just as our favorite author, and also donate books to the school.
Okay.
So there was junior and senior secondary category, and at that point in time, I was at the junior category. So I reviewed Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's book, Purple Hibiscus,
Yeah.
which was the first position in the storyboard, and I also dressed up as her, which was also the best dressed in the school.
Okay.
And I was the highest donor of books in the school again, so which made me the overall best in everything.
Okay.
So I said, okay, since I did this by just reading a book, if people my age or older than me read books too, what would they also do? So I said, okay, let me come up with this initiative to help people. Then the second one was the way I saw people on the road begging. Like, if you go to all these secondary schools, government secondary schools, you see that they don't have books in the library for their children, for the kids to read and everything. So it's hard for them later in exams to pass. So I said, okay, let me just help.
Wow.
By donating books.
That's interesting. I like the fact that you're donating books to children like yourself, because most of us adults, we only read maybe when we have exams or we're reading newspapers. The culture of reading is dying. As a kid, I remember that I used to be a very voracious reader. I used to gobble up books. Do you still read till now?
Yes, I do.
But there's a but hiding there.
Yes, there's a but. I used to read storybooks.
All right.
I love storybooks. I
Okay.
love novels. So now school books are coming in and everything. So I still read, but then there's also technology there which helps us.
Okay.
Yes. So that reading, the way I used to read before, is not the way I read anymore, which I want to go back to, because readers are leaders. So
Fantastic. I love that. Please don't lose it, please. All right, now let's talk about some of the challenges you faced, because I know distributing books to fellow children across Abuja. Have you gone beyond Abuja yet?
no.
Okay, for now you're still in
Yes.
Abuja. What challenges did you face?
First of all, the pressure between school and donating,
Right.
and then lack of funds, because we need donations to keep on coming in to be able to fund those. So sometimes there's scarcity.
Okay.
And then school, because I have to be in school to be able to pass, and I also need to be where I'm supposed to be to donate those books. So those are the two major
So,
problems.
so far, how have you been able to cope? How have you been able to, I'm guessing your first school books donation was from parents, right? Your parents
Yes, my parents and friends.
and friends. And
Early.
subsequently, how have you been able to raise funds for that?
Well, I go to organizations and
Oh,
I bring my initiative towards them, and I told them that I need donations to be able to put books in secondary schools and everything, and they
like you up
assist.
and go to an organization. That's impressive. Wow. Okay. What are you doing with your dream? She's been to organizations. Because I'm asking myself that question, but I'm just, roping you in. All right, now let's talk about how you balance this up, because this is a very commendable thing that you're doing. You're a kid yourself. Um, let's talk about how you balance it out with schoolwork. You mentioned that there's school, and then there's this thing that you're passionate about. How do you balance it out? Has it affected your studies negatively so far?
No, but there are times when the stress is too much. Like I can have exams coming up and I still have to go and donate. But thankfully, I have my team, my
Okay.
mom, my parents, my teachers, and my family. So when I have to donate books, because I read with them once in a month. So if I'm not available during that period, one of my team members goes and reads with them to just,
When you say them, who are you reading the books with?
sorry, my team, like my club in government secondary schools, because in government secondary schools we have a readers club. So I
Right,
collaborate with them.
right.
I I give a book for that month, then we come and read it and analyze it and everything. So if I'm not available, one of my team members will stand in for me.
I'm taking it all in. Like you have club reading, you
Like
collaborate with reading book
yes,
clubs
yes,
in secondary schools. How old are you again? Are you
13.
pretending?
13.
How can you be 13 and you have such fantastic ideas? And I like the fact of that the book club is coming to play, because that's one way to sustain the
Yes,
book drive. So you're not just giving them books, you're also looking at
reading.
how they can read the
Because I can
books.
just donate these books and they
Yeah,
don't read the
and they don't read
books.
them.
So
Wow.
I, at least when I give them a book for a month and we're supposed to analyze it, okay, I know that you have read this and you have read that, instead of just donating and they're not
How
reading.
did the kids react to you? How did the students of the schools you visit, how did they react to you being a young person yourself?
Well, some of them are inspired. They ask me how how do you do it? How do you cope? And I told them my story and everything.
Okay.
So I'm happy that I inspire young kids my age and
Okay.
everything. I'm happy that I'm a role model to some people.
That's impressive. Is it okay to be a role model to adults? Okay, we'll talk about it later. All right, now, we know that statistics also show that 51% of children between the ages of 6 to 17 read for fun. I mean, you fell into that category if you were reading for fun, and now you're mostly reading for your academics. But it also says that children who read for 20 minutes a day are exposed to 1.8 million words per year.
Yes,
Can you identify with the statistics? Is this something that you can say, yeah,
yes,
it has
because
happened to
I
you?
can remember when I was like 6 to like 8, I'll just pick up a book. I can just go to my mom's library and pick up a book and I'll read. I'm like, oh, what's this word? So I've
Okay.
learnt a new word. So if they continue reading, and I'm sure once you read for 20 minutes, you see like 5 words you don't know. So once you continue reading for a period of time, you know more words, and by the end of the year, you'd realize it has
Hmm.
enlarged.
Interesting. Your vocabulary has enlarged
Enlarged.
indeed. Hmm. Okay. You've talked about challenges with school. You've talked about challenge with, balancing school and this, and you've also shown us how you're working around it, because your team members, your mom and teachers and friends and whatnot are helping you out. Tell me, what's your vision for this? Because you've explained why you started. What's the vision? Where are we going with Nina's book drive? Is this
I,
something that you get bored with and drop, or
no,
do you have big
I
plans?
want Nina's book drive to go to a point where it's all over the world. I'm helping everyone around the world, because you find
Interesting.
out in Africa, most people don't have the privileges that people in the UK or the US have. So I want to start with Africa first as a whole, then from there explore and expand my initiative around the world.
Around the world. Okay, so you've begun in Abuja, Nigeria. Do you have plans to expand in Nigeria first?
Yes,
What is the nearest? Which one is the closest to
Nigeria,
achieving?
Nigeria as a whole, then from Nigeria to
Now,
Africa.
what I mean is, since you started in Abuja, do you have any state that is in view for now? Any state in Nigeria that is in view for now? Are you making plans towards anyone before we go to Africa?
Maybe Kaduna, Benin, those ones because they don't have the type of education that us in
Right.
Abuja and Lagos have. So
Right.
let me start with those developing states to help the kids there. Because you can be surprised as a child in Kaduna can be one of the biggest people tomorrow. So
Of course, of
it's
course.
better to help.
I agree with you. Okay, so focusing on the northeast axis of the country
Yes.
is the goal for you. I've been speaking with Nina O. Martin. She is the founder of Nina's Book Drive. Now, that is a book drive that is taking Abuja, Nigeria, Nigeria as a country, and Africa as a continent by storm. All she needs is support, encouragement, donations of books, and money as well. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about Nina outside of Nina's Book Drive. Don't go away. All right, so welcome back. It's still Power Chat, and this is the Children's Day special. I have a star kid in the studio, and as I'm calling her kid, she's giving me left eye. Bombastic side eye. Anyway, Nina O. Martin, and she is the founder of Nina's Book Drive. Okay, we've talked about the vision behind it. We've talked about why. We've talked about what inspired her, reactions, challenges, etc. Now we're about to meet Nina or Martin, the kid. Oh, sorry, the teenager. All right. So talk to us about your hobbies. What do you like to do? Who is Nina beyond Nina's Book Drive?
Okay. Um, I'm someone who loves being around people I love.
Okay.
Like, for example, I love being around my classmates because we share like a bond together. Like there's this thing among us that okay, yes, we're united. If let's say one of us like this and bring the idea, others will join and everything. My hobbies are I love singing, I love dancing, I love reading, reading novels. Um, I love anything that has to do with computers.
Oh.
And I love listening to music. I love cooking.
Do you know why I'm doing that? Because I haven't heard I love movies. That's different.
Well, I don't know.
You're not crazy about movies, television generally.
It depends.
No, it's not a
When
bad
I was
thing. It's actually a really
yes,
good thing.
when I was young, yes, I would cry to watch TV, but now it's just there. It's
You need
just
to bottle up the secret and sell it because.
it's just there.
Wow.
I would rather read a novel that I love than watching a movie because you find out at the end, movies are predictable.
Right.
You would always know what's going to happen at the
At
end.
the
So
end, the bad guy dies, the good guy wins, boy
yes.
meets girl, those
So
stuff.
it's
Okay.
just let me read the book because if the book can take a different turning than you expected, so it's better to read a novel and everything.
That's quite refreshing to see.
And I love being goofy around my friends. Very funny around my
I
friends.
don't find that hard to believe. I don't find that hard to believe at all. Okay, that's great. I love the fact that there's a balance. So there's Nina the philanthropist, then there's Nina the kid, the teenager.
Yes.
Forgive me, ma. There's Nina the teenager. Okay, so this statement people say about Gen Z, this Gen Z, they're stubborn, they're this, they're that, they're different. Yep, that's the answer I wanted. You scratched your head, that confirms it. What is it about? I mean, you fall in the younger category of the Gen Zs. You're 13, right? I think that's the end. 12 years old and under, yeah, are the Gen Alphas, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what does it feel like when you hear statements like that? Is it true first? And how does
Okay.
those kind of statements make you feel?
Well, not everybody is the same.
Okay.
Like, there are some sets of Gen Zs that you don't even want to come across them because of their attitude and everything. Yes, some Gen Zs are stubborn. Some Gen Zs are mid-stubborn. some Gen Zs are okay.
Which one are you?
They meet stubborn.
I like that.
Because,
Okay.
okay, if you bully me, I'll fight back because you can't bully me, you can't intimidate me. I think I'll keep quiet. But there are some Gen Zs that you can fight back and they'll just keep quiet, like they'll move back. And there's some Gen Zs that if you fight back, all hell will let loose. Me, I'll just fight back. If you insult me, I'll be like, don't insult me. I didn't do anything wrong. Don't insult me. Even if I did something wrong, I'll apologize. But after being stubborn a bit, I'll show you that you can't intimidate me and everything.
So where does that confidence come from for you?
When I was young, I went to a school that made us voice out our feelings.
Right.
Our teacher could punish us. I'll be like, you punished me. Why did you punish me? And they were explaining to us that this was what you did wrong. And I had to punish you for that. So I had that. And I was brought up in a home that you can say how you feel. Like, sometimes the mom will beat me. I'll be like, Mom, you're so mean to me. I don't like you. You're so mean to me.
Okay.
And she'll tell me, don't like me. I'm helping you. So I learned how to speak my mind.
Okay.
You can do something to me and I'll tell you, I don't like what you did to me. And I can distance you if I don't want to hurt your feelings or something.
Wow, that's impressive. We need to learn that from you. Okay, now we know, let's go back to books now. We know that there are people who have challenges with reading properly. Some people cannot read until they're lying down. Some people cannot read, until probably they're on their backs. Some other people don't know how to hold books properly because from what you've described, books are very important and precious to you. So you're going to demonstrate to us how Nina reads. All right, so we're going to take this very interesting book here. It's Afonja the Rise by Tunde Leye. So let's see how Nina reads. This is actually a very interesting
I read
novel.
in different positions.
Okay.
So
what's your standard, in quote, most common way that you read?
Lying down. But that's when I'm in my free time. If I'm reading to study or if I'm reading in a place where I can't lie down, or where I have to sit up, I make sure I'm comfortable, like relaxed. Because if you're not relaxed, you won't concentrate on what you're reading. You just doing, let me just finish this thing and everything. So this is how I read. I use like my thumb to support the book. Then I flip like this and everything.
You don't fold the book.
It's going to swell the book. It looks very tattered after you do that.
Okay, thank you so much. I have one question, but I don't know what I should ask you. How many books are in your library?
A lot.
A lot. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Before you ask me how many books are in my library. Right. Thank you so much. I've been talking with Nina O'Martin, founder of Nina's Book Drive, on today's episode of Power Chat. It's a Children's Day special, and we have decided to bring children who are taking the lead, not children who are whining about devices or whining about wanting something that their parents don't think is important for them now. We're talking about children who are the real leaders of tomorrow, but have decided to bring tomorrow into today. Nina O'Martin's, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Nina, for sparing time to come.
Thank you for inviting
We look forward to hearing a whole lot more from you. And we're also hoping that our viewers and listeners would do a whole lot more than just watch, to contribute. If you've got books that you feel you've outgrown or your children have outgrown, what kind of books do you give out? Academic novels?
Inspirational
Okay.
books and academic books.
Inspirational books and academic books. You don't give out novels?
Maybe in the future.
Okay. So for now, inspirational books and academic books. I think the underlying factor here is books that will help young people in their academics and also in their lives generally. So if you have such books, please feel free to contact us. Drop something in the comment section and we'll connect you to Nina's Book Drive so that you can also contribute to a young girl's dream and also making the lives of other young people in Nigeria and Africa as a whole much, much better. My name is Uju Mwachukwu, Her Vocal Majesty. Thank you for spending time with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And also turn on your notification button right here on the Democracy Radio YouTube channel. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy Children's Day.